Hello and welcome. Super excited to have you here today. Today is a pretty exciting. I've got a guest who's going to be joining me because it couldn't be a Best for Women Live without a guest. And we've got a big announcement to make. Hello and welcome.
Thank you.
So it is my absolute honor, excitement, privilege to introduce Christine Aarlaht.
Thank you.
So before we get to announcement pieces, Christine, you want to take a couple minutes and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I'm working right now as a Thai boxing coach or instructor. I teach classes. I do one-on-one sessions. I've been doing that full time for about 2 years, but about 5 years in total. I've been training in Thai boxing for about 17 years.
Oh my God. Okay, that's amazing. So tell me a little bit about how do you get into Thai boxing? Because it's kind of unique sport. It's not one that's common.
I sort of tripped on it. I started out in kickboxing, and a friend that was also in kickboxing said, "Hey, have you ever heard of this gym? Have you ever heard of Thai boxing? You've got to come and check it out." And I was hooked as soon as I walked through the doors.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what was it that like really pulled you in? What is it that made it different? That was like the thing that was like, oh yeah, this is the thing for me.
I think it was the level of intensity. Um, it brought the sport to a different level for me.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. So tell me a little bit more about where you are, who you are, because we're going to tease out this a little bit before we get into the what.
So I'm living in Muskoka with my two huskies. We are
Amazing.
avid trail enthusiasts, mostly by enjoyment, but also because we have to be, because they are very lively. In fact, just before this call, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it because they were so lively.
I love it. And what are their names?
Freya and Loki, their brother and sister.
Oh, that's all. Okay. So your Instagram handle instantly makes sense.
Yes.
That's awesome. And so you mentioned about the trail hiking. Do you have like either a favorite trail or a favorite experience with them on the trail?
Um, I'd have to say anything on Algonquin Park, um, but we do go to Torrance Barrens at least 3 times a month, and it's because
Oh,
it's
wow.
beautiful and different every time, every year, all year long. It changes.
That's so cool. Like just the whole landscape or
Yeah, it does not look like the same trail twice.
that's really cool.
Yeah,
I've had the honor and fun of going on a trail with you and these two. And lively is a good word.
yeah,
I remember coming back and feeling like this sort of interesting place of both tired, like genuinely tired, but at the same time feeling like really full and energy. Like I had a lot of energy within my spirit, but my legs were done.
yes, they do that. And I mean by they, I mean the dogs.
So it's not just me, that's like a hiking experience.
Yes, yeah.
I love it. That is so awesome. It's so good. So, in terms of working with clients, what are some of your favorite things? Tell us a little bit about because you do Thai boxing, but I happen to know you also do coaching. So, tell me a little bit more about working with your clients.
So I tend to use Thai boxing as my core to train everybody, whether they are training as a fighter. I have one client who is recently out of a very abusive relationship. I'm helping her to come out of her shell with Thai boxing. I also do mother and children combos, whether they have boys or girls, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old they are. It doesn't matter how different the fitness levels are. I find that Thai boxing can bring a level of play and fun out of everybody involved. So I don't think that the average public gets to hit stuff very often. And everybody likes hitting things. So I use Thai boxing to kind of bring together mind, body, and spirit in a very fun way. And a lot of times people don't realize how much and how hard they've worked in our sessions until like they're leaving and they're covered in sweat and they're smiling.
Oh, I love that. I had a conversation with one of my clients today, and she was like, I did this workout, and I didn't even know I had muscles in some of those places. But at the time, she was having a blast.
Yeah, yep. And Thai boxing does that.
Oh, I love that. That is so awesome. And that coaching piece, you and I have been having some fabulous conversations thinking about what it is that we could do for those who are looking to have more, I'll say, support. You shared some beautiful stories of how it can bring play and connection, about how, being able to work with a coach can also bring a place of healing, bringing you to a new place of discovery and stepping out of your comfort zone. And a lot of the women in both your client base and also mine, they're busy, they live with pain, sometimes in their joints, often in their digestion, and stress is a constant in their life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about some of the thinking that we've been doing and share a little bit about some of the things that have resonated with you?
I think mostly celebrating the small wins and realizing that your journey to health and feeling better in your day-to-day life doesn't mean it has to happen all in one day. It doesn't have to happen consistently all the time, every single day. But we've talked a lot about how you can be easily derailed on a busy schedule. And it can be very difficult to get back on top of things. It can be frustrating when you've been derailed. But I think that having a coach and having a team behind you, helping you and encouraging you to get back on track, stay on track, and celebrate the small wins is where I believe you and I connect, and also why I think we're successful together.
I couldn't agree more. And so the super big announcement that I have been holding in my heart and so freaking excited about is that we are doing exactly that. We're going to be working together, and the team is growing, and we're super offering a whole new piece of accountability and coaching for women. I know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, tell me, what is your favorite part? What are the things that you're most excited about with this new program?
I think I'm most excited to see how far we can help people who already know what they need to do.
Yeah.
They just need encouragement.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's such a huge one. And I think it's really, and I get this a lot. It's not that I don't know what to do, right? I hear this all the time. I know what I need to do. I've got all kinds of resources around me. That's not the problem, right? That's never the problem.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by it. Eat good food. Okay, well, what is good food? Well, food that comes from the land, things that didn't come from processed bag, less pop, less chips. Like, there's some stuff that's surrounding us constantly, but there's some other nuanced things in that you can take that really deep if you wanted to and move more,
Mm-hmm.
right? But that's not easy
No.
because we're not alone, right? You've got spouses or families who have expectations, who have maybe dislikes and tastes. You have a specific routine in your life and the timing of the day to day. And so finding that time, I even had a conversation with this morning with one of my clients. She was like, listen, I just don't have the time. And then at the end of the call, she caught herself and she's like, I need to create the time.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think there's also, like we were talking about before with the smaller wins, it doesn't have to be all time consuming, right? It can be tiny little wins. Like I parked super far from the grocery store today and had to walk a little bit further,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think maybe sometimes people think that the fitness end of things needs to be this great big momentous hour long drive it home, leave sweating. that event, and it doesn't need to be, it can be small things throughout the day. And I think that having you and I backing them up and saying, yes, that's it, that's all you've got to do, you're doing great, is enough to help people get on track.
Yeah. And I think the other piece that's really resonated with me is, yes, getting them back on track, and yes, it's the small wins, but oftentimes I find that women that I work with will sometimes come to me and they're like, okay, well, yes, I had this celebration, but I'm not doing enough, right? I'm not pushing myself hard enough. How am I going to meet my goal? And it's really sitting down to incorporate all the different elements. Like, I know someone who totally overdid it, didn't follow the plan at all, and like doubled up on everything. And it's like, I'm not feeling well. Well, yeah, you're not feeling well. You're not resting. We built rest into the plan. Why aren't you resting? Right? But, and finally we got to that conversation. Well, I feel guilty when I rest. I feel like if I'm not overdoing it, I'm not doing it enough.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a common woman problem.
Yeah, I hear that. And so I also love the name that we've given it. It's called Regain Your Focus, which I love. The idea of being able to just have that accountability and support to live the healthy life that you know you're going to benefit from.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah. So we kick off May the 13th. So coming up soon. We timed it specifically so it would be 6 weeks, because super mindful of the fact that whatever routine you got going on, it's going to blow itself out of the water on June 30th, if not June 29th. So we're going to June 24th, right? Give you some space in that last week to build the momentum that you've created and the tools that you've created that you can cope with the summer, right? That's one that we've heard as well. The other thing we timed this for is to make sure that in that space of time, a lot of people want to feel better during the summer, want to be outdoors, want to be playing in the family setting, want to be going on, maybe a vacation if that's in your cards, being able to enjoy the weather outside. And a huge part of that is part of this push. Well, how do I get to? So what this is not is a bikini body, is not a bikini body program, because you and I are so against that nonsense.
Yes. This is a feel good about myself and feel healthy program.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. One of the things that I know and I love about working with you and knowing you is there's a gentleness and a calmness that also balance with that sense of play and joy and celebration. And so what you can have is, if you're looking for intensity, we can bring you resources for intensity, because it's good to have that burst, right? Getting the dogs to the point where they're calm.
Yeah.
And then the flip side of that is also having those moments of rest, because part of the stress and the carrying all of that emotional burden as well as physical burden is that it can be really difficult to rest and to know how to rest and what to do with rest, because rest is not the same as sleep.
Yes. Yes.
And it's such an important part of the whole healing space. So for 6 weeks, we're going to dig into these things. We're going to dig into meals. We're going to talk about mindset, because that's so important, right? We've been talking a little bit about that. We're going to talk about movement. And what I love is that we've got ideas for you every day. The small micro win that you can accomplish, maybe today, maybe this week. And then we celebrate together when you did. And I love the example that you gave. Parked at the end of the parking lot, and I walked all the way to the store, and I carried my groceries all the way back to the car. It can be that simple, and it can be more complex than that too. We've got a mix of both.
Yep.
What else do you want to share?
I was gonna share some of my dogs, but they're sleeping now, so I'm gonna let them sleep. If you don't mind.
Super smart, super smart. Do you have like the little camera flip icon?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Are they like hanging out down there? Can
Yeah.
you see?
Let's see if I can figure this out. There we go.
Oh, I love it. That is so awesome. And I love the smile. I love how much joy they bring you. And that's another piece, right? Being part of community, being part of family.
Yeah.
That's something that we wanted. That's definitely a part of the program. So we've got daily check-ins, we've got inspiration, we've got coaching support, both in a group setting and also one-on-one. So lots of different pieces there. We're going to drop a link for you to be able to check it out, see whether or not it's a fit for you. We would be so honored if you came to join us. We do have limited seats because we want to make sure that this is really beneficial and absolutely helpful to you. So if you are interested, take action today if you can. And if you have any questions, you know how to reach either of us. Amazing. Christine, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. It was nice to see your face again.
I know we normally do like old school phone calls.
Yeah.
So it's super nice to see your face. And we would love to see yours. So we hope that you're able to join us again. We kick off May the 13th. We're going to go through to June 24th. You're going to have daily check-ins from us, lots of inspiration to help keep you on your journey, keep you back as you change your routine, being able to support you with your healthy choices around movement, around meals, around mindset, incorporating rest, all the good things that we know we need to do, but doesn't make it easy to do in the moment in the day. And we're here to support that. Awesome, my friend. So excited. Again, thank you for joining us today. And we look forward to seeing you here every Monday at noon. And Christine and I will be here to answer any questions for you if you have any. Thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.